The best.
Whoa! Wow.
Excuse you, you little monster.
The biggest monster.
The biggest. No attention for you, baby. Did you do OBS?
Yes. Yes. Tell this dog to chill out.
Lady Gaga?
Hold on. What? Hold on, go up for a second. There was some
no,
other...
the song is called Lady Gaga.
Go up. We got
our boy, Jason Aldean.
What do you mean our boy? This is my first time hearing him. You heard him before?
No. Try that in a small town. Oof, spicy.
Let's see what he got. I've never heard any of his songs before, so first time from this artist. For you too, right?
Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like, cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think it's tough? Well, try that in a small town, see how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town full of good old boys, raised up right. If you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town.
These farmers are dropping their own crops for the day. A friend is in need, and they've come to help.
It's what this community and a lot of our communities stand for. Somebody needs some help, you'll get it.
Try that in a small town.
Wow, I'm really surprised.
That was good.
That was an excellent song. Country music, like, I'm surprised not a lot of people that I know listen to country music. There's a lot of emotion packed in. I don't know. It was a really good song. Had no idea what it was going to be about.
Yeah, I think it's fitting for the climate, you know, because there's a lot of political opposition. There's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of, there's such a big polarization in our country because there's so many different views on things, especially like politics. So it's fitting because like you can see a lot of the videos that a lot of the clips that were put in this music video were from riots and uprisings and protests and stuff. So
yeah, like the message behind it was a very empowering message, and I saw it as putting power back in the community, and really taking care of your neighborhood and making sure that you're not fucking up your neighborhood because it's where you live, and it's how you should treat where you live in a way where you're protecting it, and
that's right.
You're kind of joining forces with your neighbors to fight that battle, Yeah. It actually reminds me of what you see in Last of Us, where there's a lot of uprising within the different groups of people, and you see when you enter into a new territory, you see a lot of opposition. Like when you enter, like they're already trying to protect the land because otherwise it's a threat. You just don't know. So I thought it was a really good message. I thought the sound of it was really good. Like even like the guitar and the drummer did a really great job.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for me, it made me think about like my original thoughts on like protesters, and it's not all protesters, right? It's a small fraction of protesters that, and like you've been to some of the marches and the protests where at the end of the night they start destroying stores, but they're destroying the stores under the guise of anti-government. They're mad at police because of police brutality, which is fair. But like that has absolutely nothing to do with the local guy who owns a bodega and you're just destroying his store. Like he has zero to do with police brutality, right? So a lot of the protest that people are trying to make some type of change with police and law enforcement in general, they just took it out on the wrong people, I think. And so like you've seen a lot of protests, and I thought it was just a really good way to give misguided teens a reason to just act out. Like it justified that reason for them, where a lot of the people that were like breaking windows and stuff, they just wanted an excuse to break windows and for it to be okay for that circumstance. But then hide under the guise of like, well, the government's fucked up, which they can be, but you're not, that's not the government's store that you're fucking up, right? So even if you're mad at like law enforcement or upset at racism, like you're taking your emotions and you're expressing it on people that have nothing to do with the actual problem. And that's where I had an issue with it. Like the guy who owns a local gas station, like stuff like that. So I thought it kind of sheds light on things like that. But I think his point was just like, you try that shit where he is, you're gonna have a different result. Because in the city, we're very divided sometimes in the city. Like we don't really, at least I haven't seen people in the community really help each other. They're very divided. Where I think in small towns, because it's a rural area, it's a small population, most people know each other, and so they're more inclined to get together and protect each other. Where here is fucking, I don't know how many millions of us in this city.
Yeah, it's so true. Like the chances of you seeing the same person on the train are so slim.
Yeah.
And then Nazi.